gonna finger flip that.
So I've actually, I just met Noah at FloatLife Fest 4, but I mean, he's the finger flip heard around the world, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. He was the first guy, I believe, to finger flip a one wheel out there.
And he grabs it.
Clears it with the grab for the culture.
Oh man.
For the culture.
And it's only 2 attempts.
Okay, come to the Flight Fins tent. We will be selling beer out of the van, out of the back of the van. There'll be a severe upcharge.
As the ABC is recording this now, and they will be showing up in groves.
All right, before we get too deep, this is episode 2 of At FloatLife Fest. My name is John Grace. I'm here with co-host Justyn Thompson.
What's happening?
On the line, we've got Orie Rush and Kyle Hanson.
Yeah.
We're about 5 minutes into the show, so.
Yes, we are. Yeah. I thought we were
I like a nice slow intro that just ease into it.
Yeah.
But it's super good to see you guys, as always. It's been a little while, I guess. I know I saw you guys at Seek and Tread. Well, or were you at Seek and Tread?
I was not. No, the last time I saw
okay.
you was it
Surfers?
it was down in Miami.
Oh,
It was yeah, it's been a hot second. Yeah, I was confined back to Ohio for a little bit. Had some stuff to do.
I
So
remember our final little tequila shot.
yeah. I found you right at the end.
Yeah, that was nice.
Where are you guys at right now?
Ohio, Mansfield, Ohio. To be exact.
Right, Mansfield, Ohio.
Mansfield.
Orie Rush.
I'm in San Diego, California, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Wheel Fun Stuff headquarters.
Yes, sir.
So where do we start this show off? Do we?
Nice.
Yeah. Well, I need to point this way because I can point
Yeah, right. You're like, yeah, cool.
I keep looking at you guys over here, but
Yeah, let me show you guys. I had this whole setup going on in here, like in the live show trailer.
Oh,
I had
wow.
all these monitors and this whole
my.
9 yards, and we were going to be switching and doing replays of.
You got like a whole FBI truck in there.
It's
Yeah,
kind of like
that's-
that. Yeah.
that's
this
nice.
is the ORL spy truck.
Eh.
Yeah, it was the wagon. This is where all the action happens. With the,
Are you in a truck right now, or like
we're
a
in
trailer?
We're in a trailer. Yeah, right now.
Sick.
Had
Yes.
like a whole other plan, and this plumbing issues happened. I was like in a basement with goop all over me just like 2 hours
man.
ago. So
Well, I like the trailer. I think it's
Yeah.
cool. It's a
Yeah,
cool move.
we'll get it lined
Yeah.
up because I wanted to like play like YouTube videos, a race for the rail, and you talk us through them, Kyle. And then I wanted to like play like high jump comps from FloatLife Fest, and you talk us through that, Ori.
Wouldn't that have been cool?
Because we had some
That would have been sweet,
That would've
guys.
been
You know,
so
I'm
cool.
imagining it, and it is
That
so
would've been
cool.
So amazing.
So I had so many plans, but we'll do it. We'll do it at some other point.
Yeah, we'll just have to
I mean,
come back.
we can still talk about it, right? And then you
We
like
could-
cut
we
it
could still
in
talk.
like
Definitely.
afterwards, right? Like
Yeah,
it's
John's gonna throw some stuff in there. He's gonna throw
Anyway.
Yeah, we can make it work.
however it goes. Or we can just talk about the truck. Like we can talk about where you guys are at and just
Yeah, where are you guys at right now?
Asheville, North Carolina.
okay.
Yeah,
all right,
nice.
all right.
Yeah,
Hard at work down there.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, right after
how
Sunday.
much like did you cut a whole new trail for like the kind of main race course, or did you kind of work with an existing like, what was the-
Yeah. So there was sort of an old logging road in there already that's used as kind of an up trail to get up. And so basically we took that, it had been kind of overgrown, not used in a long time, and widened it. It's about a 0.6 mile trail. Winds down, what do you think, about 250, 200 feet, something like that?
Yeah, something like that.
Gradient, and the finish line ends right at the lake where we have a huge like dock pavilion, so people can be swimming and like hanging out on the lake and watching finishers come through the finish line on Saturday. It'll be really cool. We've got some pretty big wood features we're going to be building. There's a couple of pro lines we're going to add to the whole thing, and we'll be doing some more like raking and smoothing out. We've added a trail for spectators to get up to the top of it, so they can
Ooh, nice.
see everything and
Much.
kind of have little places in the woods to chill out. Like I said, the finish line is very exposed, and everybody will be able to see. which will be very cool.
It's one thing I always liked about Thunderdome is kind of all the watch spots along down the trail, and you could kind of you could like kind of chase people down, but they were like very set spots where you could see a lot of action going down.
There's definitely there's probably like 3 like really good places along the trail coming through. You won't. People can still go in deep in the woods and be able to get some spots, but there's about 3 really good spots in there, and we're gonna have some features that we're gonna be putting in. We'll probably be dropping in a gap feature. That'll
Nice.
we're putting in a gap. This will be for the finals, so this will be just the just finals heats for this course, but the course will be open all weekend until then for people to ride and practice. We're going to put in, there's one section that's very spectator friendly. It's got a nice straightaway, so we're going to add a wooden gap feature in there. As it winds down the mountain, one of the switchbacks, we're actually adding a boardwalk across to cut off the switchback, and then it'll probably have about a
12 foot.
Last week, John's like, it was like an 8-foot drop. I was like, no, it's not 8 foot. It's like 8 feet up to here. But yeah, so it's like a 4, probably be about a 4-foot drop in this transition.
Sweet.
Like a super cool pro line, and then we'll add probably 1 or 2 other like nice wood features in there.
Nice.
Some smaller drops and things like that.
To answer your question, or yep, it's pretty much a custom trail, and we still
Okay,
don't have a
perfect.
name for it.
Oh, wonderful. Okay.
Yeah, so
Great.
if you
gotta finish. It's got to be completely done, and then the name kind of feel like would reveal itself, and it's like, oh, this is the.
Yeah.
I know it will, and the pump track already kind of has a name. It's Narnia.
Oh, that's good.
GNAR, of course. It's just an old sign. I love the old sign that's there. It's just like tacked to a tree, but it's been there forever.
You have to go through a wardrobe to get to it.
I know, that's what I keep thinking. I'm like,
Yeah,
maybe
you gotta
that's
build like a
something to do
giant
with,
wardrobe entrance.
like Aslan's last stand or something. I don't know, some Narnia reference to the trail. But it's gonna be sick. I'm really excited about it. We just kind of talked about it last week, but we're working with Foothills Conservancy, so we just got 3 more miles of single track that we're allowed to ride now.
That directly adjoins the campus.
Comes into the campus, so you'll be able to hit that. There's some really cool steep stuff in there. The qualifier course is about a 1.5 mile section plus of a single track that runs through the camp, and we'll also use that section as part of the endurance race. I saw Nico's post today. Endurance.
Yeah, versus
Two
endurance.
different things.
Yeah.
2 different things, y'all. An enduro race is a multiple track race. An endurance race is a whole bunch, just a long race.
I love the endurance races. It's probably one of my favorite things to do at FloatLife Fest. It's just, mass start, so crazy, hectic the whole time. I love it.
I don't think I've ever done one of those.
Dude, you gotta jump in.
All right, this year. All right, I'll do it this year.
It's gonna be a good one this year. I'm excited about the new course. It'll be sweet. And I don't think we'll even have a running up section this year.
Yeah, that runway section is pretty fun. Just ripping through.
It is kind of fun. I do love that part, actually. I still love that it was on Kook of the Day, the second annual Virgin Marathon. It was their caption for it, but that was Kook of the Day's caption. But yeah, kind of hilarious that we get people to it. So I know with you guys, let's talk about you guys for a second. I know there's a lot of things happening with Wheel Fun stuff and Flight Fins.
Yeah, I'm super interested to hear this.
Yeah, I'm interested in the mesh, how it's all meshing together now. I know.
We're just hanging out. Now. I mean, hopefully, because I still have yet to get out to San Diego, so I need to go out there and
you gotta come down,
get some video parts together, and but as of now, it's just kind of just trying to, the company supporting each other, and I think so far it's worked out pretty well, and keeping it pretty loose and goose, but so far it's been fucking fun. So
quite fun.
I'll say that.
Yeah, it's been super fun. We've just been grinding, and we love Flight Fins. We've always loved using them. So just to collaborate more together and just be more in contact with each other and like working together, I think it's really helping both of us, and setting our minds right to what we want you know, what we want to be doing, you know, for the sport and like the community. So
Yeah.
Is this new product offerings? Are we like Flight Fins 2.0 here? Like, can you give us a
Uh,
little bit more? That was so cryptic.
That's how I like it. I like to keep you on your toes. No, I mean, there's definitely some new products coming down the pipeline. Kind of just some older support type stuff, but I mean, kind of with the going with the fun theme, we're going to try and, you know, there's going to be lots of different color options. So there's going to be a version 2 of the XR flight fender, which I'm pretty stoked about. Got tons of different colors coming. Gonna completely redo the builder and stuff. So, but yeah, better durability, just kind of upgrades overall, kind of going to the GT shield system. So tons of people out there that still ride and love XR. You know, Kyle absolutely rips XR. Yep. So there was enough of that demand out there that, yeah, it just seemed like it was time. That was also one of the like first products that we did, like one of the like after Flight Fins, and you know, there was a lot of my learning, you know, how to build stuff over that time. So it's been nice to take some of that knowledge and, you know, give it a refresh.
How you guys have come so far since the original little wood carving.
Oh yeah.
Flight Fin, you know, that thing's like a relic now.
Yes.
It's got to go in a museum.
Yeah, so I don't know if you've seen the Stoke wheel, the like Flight Fins one wheel. It's like two Fs, and it's like Kyle's ridden it or whatever. It like sits super high. Yeah, so
that thing is so fun.
Yeah,
it's
so
gnarly.
that's the original plus that the Flight Fins were first on. So that's my OG plus. That, I mean, it's incredible that it could actually. It seems like it wouldn't be able to handle that much torque, but apparently it does.
Oh, it handles it great. You can climb any hill.
My plus still is kicking.
Yeah.
And that thing has been through.
When's the last time you rode your plus?
About a week ago.
Seriously?
I took it out just for
just
to ride it because it hadn't been ridden in a very long time.
Nice.
Rode it around the yard.
Yeah.
How about a V1? Anyone with the V1?
I still have mine, but it got domed.
You were still mad.
Hard
still mad about that.
He got it running again, but it was definitely like never. It'll never be the same. But it has the old John T. carved well deck.
Nice.
Number 4 on the carved well decks, and
Nice.
I borrowed that board for a long time.
I did. Like it was like
spent a lot of time on that.
His board would go, "You could be one," and he would just like somehow it always generally kept going, but he definitely.
I'm amazed at the amount of relic boards that's like, you know, the boards like it's like it's still going, like it's like I mean, I have an XR that it was, I mean, I had to, you know, tune it up a little bit here and there, but it got ran over by a Toyota Corolla. That's how it got its name. Yeah, it's the Corolla board. It has been through a lot, and it still goes. Recently, I had like pretty much all my boards go down except for that board, and I just took it out on the trails, and I was like, hey, it totally works.
Yeah, awesome. That's what's up. That's awesome. I was also thinking about with you guys. I know you got some new products you said coming out. Is there anything like really huge that's coming out that we don't know about it yet? Or I've heard some whispers.
Yes, some rustlings, feathers in the air.
Yeah. I don't know if it's anything you can talk about at this point. So.
There'll be a lot more info this Wednesday.
Okay, cool.
So we got to launch.
Yeah, this coming Wednesday, or well, I say Wednesday. This coming week there'll be some more information, kind of just what's coming down the pipeline. Probably, you know, a better release of the new flight fenders, just to kind of, you know, get them out there, get people hyped for them. Yeah, Badger just called me recently. He was like, yeah, you know, I'm you know, gonna get some new flight fenders, but you know, we're trying to design you know, some new rails, and they're just sit so close. And I'm like, don't you worry, Robert. There's it's on the way. So yeah, there'll a lot more info on a bunch of new stuff this week. So awesome. Yeah, I'm excited for I mean, this whole summer is gonna be stacked. I'm just excited all around. It's gonna be a good time.
That's right. So we'll probably see some of these new products. We'll see them at FloatLife Fest.
Yep. Some new products, some updates to products. Yeah, just
nice.
some new stuff coming down the pipeline. I'm sure some stuff that I will Need Kyle to test.
Are you gonna bring
Put through the
solar
ringer.
wheel?
I'll test it. Don't you worry.
Yeah, that's about like being dumb. It's very similar.
Yes.
Are you gonna bring the Stoke wheel to FloatLife Fest?
Yes, that is 100% coming. Yep.
Yes, you got to. You have
Gotta
to.
try it. Gotta try it.
Because everyone that I've shown it to is like, are you bringing it? Because I need to try it.
Nice, awesome. That's
Yeah.
great. That's great. That's so right.
I haven't even gotten to try it yet. It's been in California the whole time, so this will be my
really?
first.
You haven't even tried it?
No,
Mhm.
I'm very excited to try it.
Oh, it's so fun. You're gonna love it.
It
It's
looks
so
it looks
fun
like a
and so
blast.
sketchy. It's so great.
I mean, you made it look really smooth, pal. I keep doing drops and stuff of it. I was like, oh my god, that's crazy. I can't even-
I bet you could do it too.
Yeah.
Yeah, did you ever did you full nose dive it? Like, did you like ever
I
put it like
never fully nose dove, but it did. The battery did start dying on me, so the tail started going down, and
Oh, yeah.
that was pretty fun to try and ride that out. Because once it starts going
Yeah.
backwards,
Oh my
it just
gosh.
started really
That's-
pulling.
yeah.
Like it was like nothing else. It was crazy.
Oh man.
That's insane.
Yeah, it's
So-
super fun.
Well, fun other stuff. The other thing I was actually really thinking about with you guys too is so this year, I've been to most of the events this year. So I didn't make it to Northwest Electric Fest, but I think I went to pretty much everything else. Except I did not make it to Real Fun Weekend, and I apologize for that as well. I'm gonna make it out one day. I love San Diego, so I gotta get out there. But all this whole season, the white fins, the footholds versus non-footholds.
Yeah, so
I mean, obviously, you're big fans of footholds, everybody, but you have the purists out there that are really pumping it up to change categories, to do all kinds of
I can see both sides of this one.
And I
Just,
do too. To me, I think what you guys bring to the table adds a lot of excitement to the sport. I think that it makes a lot of things possible that wouldn't normally be possible. And there's a lot of people that just don't want to ride without your product, but there's also a lot of people that are very much purists.
Yeah, I'm very much a fan of fins, but I'm much more a fan of that you should ride how you want. It's whatever that looks like you should maximum fun. Whatever that looks like to you, absolutely do that. Everyone's brand is different. Everyone's, how they, what they want to do is, their needs for within a board are also different. So yeah, I think it's totally up to them. I do understand though, it becomes different when it's racing because it's you have to start separating it out. I had a conversation with the guys at Windman because they're splitting it up, footholds, non-footholds for categories. And Vest can race GTs. I think it's pretty much open past that. But just kind of the what that looks like, opinions on that and stuff like that. And it's honestly hard to say too. It's it is an emerging sport that the boards are changing, everything is changing real time very quickly. There's kind of endless stuff happening right now that is kind of hard to factor in. And I think every season might look a little bit different as far as what that is. But yeah, again, in a perfect world, you'd have, every single category out there that everyone could race the most even divisions you possibly could, where it was board against board, where it was, I think the weight classes is a great idea. That's, I think Windman's doing some of that. I think that's a really good idea because that does make a huge difference even beyond, a lot of different things.
Oh, cool. I know we always had the Clydesdale. Are they making a welterweight or a midweight, that sort of thing?
And that can also, but then, as I'm sure as an event organizer, you can appreciate it when things are simpler and you don't have a million different brackets and, you're not running just tons of different people. It's, that can get pretty overwhelming. So again, I think it's going to look different every year. Just kind of roll with the punches.
Everybody's trying to just keep up as far as organizers. I know I meet with a lot of other organizers as well pretty regularly, and it's always we're all hitting each other up what are you doing about this? What's going on? What do you feel about this? And so I fully understand.
Yeah,
that aspect of it. But yeah, just curious. I just kind of wondered where you guys stood.
And I think it'll be per event too. I think a lot of it will be whether it's an oral event. There's enough underground stuff now too that everyone you're probably going to get different opinions even within that. So
sure, yeah.
So Yeah, let's talk about it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
For me,
Yeah.
I've just really always appreciated the open class, and you know, bring what you got. Like, and if you can make it faster, if that seems to work better, then that's where we should put our energy. And when you put too many restrictor plates, it just, I don't know, it makes it a little less exciting, in my opinion. I understand the purist position.
Well,
And I
going
get fair
go ahead.
rules and making it about the rider and whatever, but from a technical standpoint, I really like I'm a huge fan of the open class. I want to see it all.
You want to see the full speed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to see it. But,
All the power.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go.
Yeah, as a racer standpoint, I'm like, I think I like the open class too. I think it's all about the rider's skill. And if they have something that, accelerates their skill, then they should use that. And, footholds are that thing, which for some riders, it's not, they like that pure, not being hooked in, being able to maybe maneuver more. But I really like just, the open class, whatever you got, like you were saying, John, bring it. And if that's what's going to help you, then you should race that for sure.
I agree.
And I understand the other viewpoints, but
Yeah,
I mean, Justyn and I have always been very open class oriented.
Yeah,
like
it's just I feel like everybody has the option to enhance their ride the way they want to in those open classes. So,
and that's where the progression happens. If you just
Yeah, there were conversations about trying to do different races, like like a whole foothold race where you have to do gaps and like you have to do certain things that really wouldn't be possible without having some kind of foothold. And I think that route would probably like work way better. It'd be more, you'd probably get more viewers on it because you're doing big sends, there'd be bigger crashes, unfortunately, but that's true.
Yeah.
And and I think that route would be really cool, and that would gain a lot of like racer attention too, because it's kind of a different race. It's not just like go as fast as you can. It's now like control your board, also control your speed and like everything. So
yeah, and I don't even think you need to make that class. Like if you've got some gaps in there that you need something to hold your feet on to clear it, like you've made the class without ever saying it's a class. You know what I mean? Like the form follows function. Like if you have a course that's set up and there's 3 gaps and you put like an alligator in one, you're gonna clear the gap.
You guys are doing that, right?
That would be so awesome.
You guys are doing that, right?
Well, we taught it. I already floated the idea. Pardon the pun, of like putting a moat on one and like putting like some whatever. But
I think that's great. That's like a death cap. Like if you don't clear it, man, your board is either gonna be slippery or like you're not working. Who knows?
We actually did talk about a little water feature that you had to jump.
Justyn rolled me out. I'm just gonna say I wanted to do it. Justyn rolled me out.
I think it would get a lot of flack for sure.
Yeah. But it would be incredible.
It
would be so fun.
And if you do it, you have my full support.
Yes, me too.
Kyle, are you gonna be able to make it out to FloatLife Fest after Race for the Rail?
I don't know. This year it's not in the books right now, but I do have a trip planned that I don't actually know what's going on with the trip. So maybe we'll be making our way out that way, but I'm not too sure. So kind of up in the air right now, but we'll see how it plays out for sure.
Yeah, man.
I know I want to go so bad. It looks like it's going to be so fun this year in the new venue that you guys got. So hopefully, the cards are you dealt right and I make it out there. So
yeah, that'd be rad, man. We'd love that.
Yeah.
And we've got some great riders doing the clinics and whatever, but personally, like when I talk to people who aren't in the Onewheel scene about coming to FloatLife Fest, like they don't understand, like you come to FloatLife Fest and you can like get coached by like Tony Hawk of Onewheel, like Kyle, like last year at FloatLife Fest, it's like, like people just don't understand that thing, and I really like that part of the festival.
I love that, going to the events and especially seeing all like the younger kids and they're like, so, they're getting sendy and they just need like a little bit of extra, whatever it is, a little oomph in their step, I love it. I love trying to spread the knowledge of like, how I ride, like how I do, because it's so hard to explain, sometimes you just gotta you send it. So, all these kids at this events, and even the adults, they're still trying to learn stuff. And I just love that. I love trying to spread that knowledge and see more senders, especially with flight fins. I love seeing other people send like flight fins and just,
Dude,
get in big air.
the
I
kids
don't see it too
recently
often.
have been blowing my mind. Like
Yeah, for
like
sure.
younger riders have just like, I mean, fins and offense, fins specifically has been like blowing my mind. Like, oh, like
Yeah.
what are you kids doing? But like just in general, it's just like the younger generation they're just fast. They're
They're
like
taking
they're
over.
just
I
sendy.
cannot wait to see when they like, get
Yeah.
older into like our state of mind and like our, a little bit, more physically built, and they're just gonna be they're gonna be rockets down these
Monsters.
mountains. And
Yep.
I got to hang out with Finn, Holcomb, a whole bunch.
Yeah.
After Seek and Shred, we went and rode a bunch of stuff on the way back. He rode back.
Finn's an
cross-country.
animal.
Yeah, he rode back cross country with me. Just like, it's so fun. It's just watching him go from like a small kid to like this like 6'4", 6'5" kid that now just is like can do whatever he could do when he was training.
Yeah.
And now just doing 8 steps with no fins, no nothing, doing what just always full send.
Did you see the video of him catching the raccoon?
What?
No,
that sounds
Finn
so
Holcomb?
awesome.
It's not surprising. Like Finn, last year.
It's one of the best. Like it gives me so much like dope, like feel good chemicals when I watch it. It's just like it's his friend like walking up, being like, what, and then you just hear this scream, like you don't see what's happening. You just kind of see a bag and Finn like kind of hunkered over this object. And then all of a sudden he like pulls it up, and this coon is just like just screaming and just like doing this, and he just kind of holding it, and it's.
Have you seen this?
It's
No,
I think it's I think it's only personally, sir. I saw it from Josh Haley, but it's one of the
I'm
best
gonna see if
videos
I
I've
can get
ever seen in
access
my
to
life.
this footage.
Yeah,
if
I'm gonna ask Josh. That's
If
so
it
funny.
ever makes it online, instant viral. It's one of the best videos I've ever seen.
Last year, actually, at FloatLife Fest in Bentonville, I get back to the house, and Finn and his dad were staying at the Airbnb I was in, and I get back. His dad's like, "Look at this! Look what Finn got!" And I'm like, "What you got?" And he has this JanSport book bag that is just, shaking around, and I'm like, "What is it?" And he opens it up. He has a full armadillo in the backpack, like a live armadillo he caught on the Greenway. And I was like, "What? How did you get an armadillo?" He's like, "I caught it on the Greenway." I was like, "What?" Like, oh my God. And he's just like, "Oh my, let that go." Like,
Put that down.
Dad's like, "We're taking it back. We're taking it back to North Carolina. We're the armadillo population." He's like, "I'm fully willing to take that responsibility on."
But yeah, apparently he's just like an absolute just wildlife. Like he can just catch anything, and he just does not care.
Totally. When coming back, when I met him out in Reno to go to Seek and Shred, as soon as he got in the car, we started passing lakes, like going up to Lake Tahoe and smaller lakes up there. And he's like, "Oh, I bet there's fishing there." And he's freshwater Finn on Instagram, so he's just like,
Yeah.
"Oh, fishing there." Man, I got to go get a fishing rod. Finally, we go buy him a fishing rod.
Did he catch some fish?
We, coming back, he was just like the whole time, "Man, I still haven't fishing yet." And I ended up calling a buddy of mine that I hadn't seen in a long time that was in Crested Butte, and he took us backcountry fly fishing in Colorado.
Oh,
which was
nice.
really pretty amazing. And
That's so
I'm
cool.
not a fly fisherman, but I still caught like a number of fish. Finn caught a ton. Saw antelope walking by while we were fishing.
Oh man,
it
that's
was pretty
choice.
sweet. It was kind of
Dang.
an amazing
Yeah.
little side trip. So
Wow.
the fishing was rad.
Sweet.
But what you got, John?
So Orie, tell me about flight fins at FloatLife Fest this year.
So
Specifically,
I
are we
don't-
doing long jump, high jump? What tell me about our exhibition.
I don't know
event so I
how
can run this
mystical
up.
to be on this whole thing. It's like I kind of want to leave everything just kind of
So
'cause I've
cryptic.
got plans, but I don't know if so I was trying to think of different events that one could do and one could take to different events because I the long jump and high jump are sweet, but also I think we've pretty much maxed out, like come very close to like what the max is. Now we could start, making the ramp bigger or whatever. But I mean, the long jump off of a 2x4 is like 17 and a half. It's like 17 feet ish.
Is that the record?
That's the current record. Yeah.
First year was 11 feet.
What's the high
Yeah.
jump? What's the
Yeah.
high jump and the long jump record? Just for our
The
viewers who
high
don't know.
jump is around 3 feet. Both these are for a 2x4. The high jump I think is a little over 3 feet, and the long jump is around 17 feet.
Who did 17 feet?
It was Cindy Sam.
I think it was Sammy.
Was it?
Sam
Yep.
Laura.
Okay.
Not surprised.
Yep, he sent it.
Full sender.
I think that first
It's
year
those
was
lanky guys. It's that they got that snap. They can
It's
snap.
the spring.
They got that
snap
full
out of it,
spring. That's how Floaty does it. He just flings those arms around and just
Yeah.
That's a good way to
Oh,
describe
yes.
his style.
yeah.
Swing him around.
But what was the okay, so I was trying to think about different events that what else you even could do that was flight fin specific, non-flight fin specific. I was just thinking of different things. So I think I'm going to try for this year, I'm going to do a digital best trick contest to where it's event specific, QR code. You go up and you say, hey, if you want to be in the digital trick comp, for this event, you have from this time to submit your 5-second clip to this Dropbox, QR code, submit it, edit it together. And then I don't know if it's like a group vote type thing where you just, kind of just show the clips and you vote for what you think was best or whatever. But I don't know, just thought it'd be like a cool way of generating content specific to like that event. Lots of stuff, gives people kind of the freedom to, kind of like running segments almost. You just kind of get the freedom to do it whenever you want, and then just kind of throw it in the ring. So
I
that's
think that's a really cool idea. That's a really
thanks.
cool setup.
Cool.
Yeah.
So I was sorry. Go ahead.
No, nope, that was it.
So I was just talking to Justyn about having 10 hits on the campus at FloatLife Fest campus.
Ooh.
And something similar to that. Like, so you had to get all the hits. Each one was progressively harder. And the person who could get every hit, and you could incorporate a gap for that or like, whatever. And that's your winner.
That's cool
That's
too.
cool. Yeah. And that was the thing. I was like, looking at this event, I was like, well, there's definitely going to be a lot of places where you could do. It's like, but you can choose. It's like you can do it wherever you want, but there's probably going to be something cool that's like, oh, I can do something, sick off of that or whatever, and you can go do it. That then you can battle it all day if you want to. Maybe you get, but I think that it'd be a cool way to kind of explore and get some good content. So
Sick.
yeah,
Let us know
I'm
how
totally
we can
down
help
to.
you with that.
Yeah, if we can
Perfect,
help out with that. Yeah, we'll be bringing like I said, the original FloatLife Fest street course back this year. The old the wood 4x4x8.
Oh, nice.
Platform with the slide on the side. And,
I freaking love that thing. That thing's
Sick.
so
I'm
sick.
so excited. It's been sitting on the side of my house, just like waiting to do something again.
Oh, nice.
So
I was gonna say that
Please.
FloatLife S3, that was like my first one. That was like the best park setup, I think.
That was a
I
really
just
good
remember
one.
it the most. I think it was so cool. Yeah.
Yeah, and that was like our first year at FloatLife Fest. My buddy Alex helped me build that like 3 days before FloatLife Fest out there. I was like, I don't know what to do. And
I got you.
He was like, I got you, bro. We're gonna get it out. And, but yeah,
That's
so
awesome.
so that thing's been around the block. We'll have to do some revamping. Greg Welch is gonna help us
Nice.
kind of try
cool.
to turn it into like the new using that platform and turning it into the new Pandora's box. But with,
Nice.
an extended giant or a bigger.
Yeah, it was like big
Yeah.
extended version of it. Yeah, cool.
Yeah, because Pandora's box is that was a nice feature too down at Oak
Yeah.
City. That was a good time.
Yeah, so we're gonna kind of.
Cool. Yeah, I haven't got to ride it yet. Ooh.
Yeah, we'll be making a little vamped up version of it. So we're excited.
Nice.
Sweet. Yeah, that's awesome.
Then we got, this year's at FloatLife Fest, the first time we're doing a season points champion for ORL.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's
So,
really cool.
FloatLife Fest will have the same prize money that they had at Dirt Surfers and Seek and Shred from ORL for top finishers. We'll also those points will go towards this year, and that'll be our first ever season points champion. I know Onewheel is working on some really So trophies for that. That'll be something we haven't
Ooh,
seen
nice.
before.
Nice.
Yeah, so it's gonna be kind of rad. So that'll be a cumulative points.
Does Onewheel have the best trophies? Like, do we have the best trophies in any racing? They're pretty
I think
good.
so. I mean, I've seen a lot of
I love the
racing.
motors. I love the hubs.
There's such a diversity, I feel like, in the trophy
I
selection
mean,
that
I
is.
love Dirt Surfers trophies this year were beautiful by Kevin
Yeah.
Carter. Like I thought those were rad.
What were those?
They were just some nice like wood frame type awards, and you know he did a really cool one for Bodie. There's like kind of a little community award, and there's been a lot of really cool trophies. I mean, I love our belts. I'm not sure I'm going to do the belts again because everybody's always like, I have a really hard time hanging the belt up, but like mounted at the house, you know. So
I love the belts.
I know the belt's so cool.
I love
Yeah,
the belts.
don't listen to
Okay,
people. No,
good. That's always
no.
tough. It's tough, but yeah, I know at the Float Life they have them on a bathroom towel rack. So that's how they have them hanging off the rack.
You just gotta get more creative. That's all.
Yeah,
Gotta-
that's
Gotta rig them up.
But yeah, so we're we're working on our trophies right now, doing some stuff like that.
We're getting Rider of the Year together.
Rider of the Year awards, some
Nice.
community awards. We'll be coming up with that for submissions here probably this week. We'll be sending that out to get clips for clip of the year, new film of the year, photo of the year, male and female rider of the year. I know Kyle last year you were male rider of the year. So we're looking.
Yeah, that was such an honor. That was very unexpected. And that plaque is so cool. I look at it every day here. So
Terry Ahola, he killed it on those. I loved it.
yeah, those are so cool.
So awesome.
Yeah, so we're working on some really cool awards for those that will be made from the community.
Who are you guys liking Rider of the Years? I don't want to put you on the spot, but I'm putting you on the spot.
Oh man, I don't know. That's too early to say.
How about some submissions? Who would you like to submit
Kyle.
to the Rider of the Year?
Oh, thank
Well, I
you.
think Kyle's got an automatic bid.
Oh, I'd put Orie in there 100%.
Yeah.
You'd be
Get
working
out of here.
hard.
Oh, yeah.
I think I'd also put Jeff Adair in there. He's been really,
He puts in
just
he
been
puts in
cooking.
the effort, man.
That's why I'm always
Yeah,
like Jeff.
he really
Nobody
does.
puts in the time like Jeff. He really does.
Yeah, he really does.
He gets
Dude,
the
I
really
really-
it's just head down, keep going until.
And I love
Luke
his
Austin's a really
attitude.
good dude. I like Luke Austin too a lot. He's a
Yeah,
really good guy. I got to hang out with him in Michigan. Yeah, man, there's a lot of really
Such a
fast
nice
and really
dude, yeah.
yeah.
And just
It's
sending it like, huge. Luke is, like. I remember last year at Race for the Rail, he got third place. He was like, "Well, I was just kind of being conservative, I'm not trying to kill myself out here." And I'm like, "Dude, you send it so hard." I
Yeah.
think of that, and I'm like,
Dude, I
"What?
know.
I mean, but he just sends it so big." I'm like,
I know, dude,
Yeah.
yeah,
It's pretty
he's
amazing.
crazy.
It's
I love
pretty
racing with
amazing.
him.
Yeah, super nice. Yeah, but Luke's one of the nicest guys. For sure.
yeah.
Yeah. So if you're watching this, send over some submissions for Rider of the Year.
Yeah, look for that this week.
We'll get those posted. And if you have somebody you want to see as Rider of the Year, feel free to send it over. No guarantees they're going to make it, but send it over.
Well, let's not forget the ladies. Who would you think in the ladies? Female rider.
Allison Stanley.
Stanley.
Wow.
Allison Stanley.
I knew that one was coming right out. Yes.
100%, baby.
Yes. There's a lot of women on the scene now. It's getting bigger and
There
bigger,
are.
which is really cool to see. Like to see the competitive.
It's going to be
I mean,
so hard.
Rachel Cecil still blows she blows
Yeah.
my mind every time I see her ride. Like she's like she kicks guys' ass like all the
Oh,
time.
yeah.
Like she's like as a trick rider, as a racer, she's just she's really great.
I like seeing
Um,
Raquel McCosker back on the scene.
It was great to
Yep.
see Raquel on the scene this year.
Yep.
Rachel will be out at FloatLife Fest. I've already talked to her. She'll be teaching clinics again for
Nice.
women's and for the Groms. So bring the kids.
See, that's like learning gymnastics from Simone Biles.
that's
You know what I'm saying? You got like Cecil Diesel out there like teaching you tricks as a newbie. People don't realize this. It won't be like this forever in this sport. I don't
or maybe
think.
it will be. Maybe it'll be like
Yeah.
this forever.
Yeah.
Because I do feel like Onewheel's a little unique in a couple of things. I mean, it's hard to say because I didn't really go to festivals before Float Life Fest or like any of this. So this is kind of my only experience of it. But I was certainly experienced in the skate community and things like that. And it's just I don't know. There's just something different about the Onewheel community and how it operates. hard to say exactly how, but it just feels different
It's a little
in a good way,
different.
in a very good way.
It's constantly progressing and going its own route, which is it's cool to see.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really seems like the one wheel world like pulls in people from all different styles of life. And I think that's kind of been the biggest difference I've seen, where it's like you're talking about the skate culture that I think brings in a very kind of specific style of person and like what they want to be like. But the one wheel world is very like inclusive because we all know that we're all like doing different stuff, different jobs. A lot of us came from very different backgrounds of sports or just no sport at all. So I think that alone has been the biggest like difference that I've seen in like other sports, because other ones they've been around for a lot longer, so it's like that is the culture already, and the one wheel culture is like still being built pretty much. And like we're saying, with all these different races and everything, we still don't really have that set in stone of like fin, like no hooks or hooks, like we're still
Yeah.
figuring all that out, and it's not like we're building the culture ourselves. And I think that's been the biggest difference for me, at least.
It's happening in real time. That's a brilliant statement, Kyle. Like, that is very well said. As someone who's been around a lot of sports and a lot of different types of racing, I mean, it is a box of chocolates out there on one wheels.
Definitely.
For
Definitely.
sure.
You know what I found interesting? I know some of you guys come from skate culture as well. I grew up skateboarding, and it's funny. The other day we had a kind of posse of one wheelers driving around Asheville, and all of a sudden this guy he started filming. He had like an old school like high 8 camera, and he was filming everybody. He had a little bit of film left, so he was filming. He was like, "Oh, this is sick! This is so cool!" And talked to him, and I realized I knew who he was. He runs one of the, works with one of the skate shops that's been in Asheville forever called Push Skateboards. Really cool little skate shop. They have a cool art scene and do really amazing little art exhibits and
super authentic.
Yeah, very cool shop. Like very cool. Been here forever. Nice. And started talking to him, and this is such an interesting thing because I was like, we're allowed to ride around town. We have front lights, we have back lights, we have all the things. Asheville, we're cool to ride. Those guys have always been skateboarders. Are still like, you see something, no skateboarding. Like, he was like, man, it's pretty interesting. Like, we just started chatting. He's like, it's kind of crazy. He's like, ever since you guys have started riding, you are normalizing this as a form of transportation.
No way.
He's like, we don't get hassled as much anymore. He's like,
interesting.
Which I was like, oh, crazy. That's, I didn't even think about it. He's like, but no, he's like, now that you guys have been like accepted, he's like, they don't mess with us because they see we ride the same way. So it's like we're not getting any hassle as much anymore. We still get a little bit if we're sitting in one spot and, hanging out and sessioning a spot for a long time. But like,
so do I.
That's
fair.
Yeah, totally. But we've all been run off, I'm sure, on the one wheels as well. But yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah,
that's really
cool.
great.
It was a neat thing to see. Like, oh, so
that's
maybe,
cool.
maybe we can like help each other out and mesh a little bit more than we realize.
Yeah,
really opening people's minds to more, and like we're not just degenerates on boards. Some of us are, maybe, but
yeah. A good bulk of one wheelers are degenerates. Me being but there is even just overlap between sports too, like the overlap between skateboarders and mountain bikers. Like that's a weirder thing that doesn't get broached very often, but in the one wheel scene it does a lot because you see each other on the trail. It's like there's just kind of it feels like some kind of similar like taste in kind of things for that group that likes to trail ride and things like that.
We're like the bridge between all the sports and
that's a little bit how
we're
it feels.
touching base with everyone, doing some tricks, doing some trails, doing some commuting.
Exactly.
Cool.
No, the sport itself feels like that the way the community is, which I'm sure both are a reflection of what it is. But it's fun.
We've got a good crew that goes and hangs out. There's a skate park here called Foundation. I think, Orie, you've probably been there. If you were at FloatLife 3 and did the group ride, we always go by there and stop for a few. But yeah, it's kind of been a lot more integrated now with one-wheelers. You see a lot more one-wheelers in there and skaters just kind of like, what's up, man?
Is that the one that's kind of near the like brewery-ish?
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Yeah, okay. Yep. Yep, that was
spray,
cool.
all the cool spray paint.
That was where I first started getting butters down, was at that skate park.
Oh
I
yeah.
remember.
Nice.
And I think Jamie Juchter got it. That was a video that was there.
Nice.
That's the memory I have of that place.
That's awesome. Yeah, we'll probably do I'm thinking Sunday night after the festival for the people that are still hanging out. I will imagine we'll probably do a big Asheville ride and get people out and just go kind of sesh some of those spots and
Take over the city.
Nice.
Yeah, go have fun with folks that are still in town.
Asheville
Nice.
can handle it.
Asheville, yeah, Asheville don't care.
Asheville don't care.
You know how
Don't
hard
care.
it's going to be it's going to be so tricky to get Ride of the Year voting done on our trip back from Race for the Rail.
Ooh.
Because we have to leave voting open until after Race for the Rail.
For sure.
Yeah, I
For
guess
sure.
we do. I guess we do.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
you know?
Tuesday, Wednesday, we'll be getting all the votes and tallying, and
Ah,
Thursday we'll be announcing.
how many weeks is it? Whew.
4 weeks from Race Fair, 4.5, something like that. I know we leave a week before. So.
It's a coming.
Yeah,
That's
it's gonna be
crazy.
a big 2 weeks. Holy cow!
Pretty close. Yep.
For so many people, but it is really exciting, and I think I'm glad to hear a lot of people are making the trek across even after Race for the Rail. I know they're going to be just as worn out as we are, and so I appreciate everybody that is going to be making it to boat.
Yeah. There's just there's a lot of one wheel events. There were a lot of
Yeah.
one wheel events.
Yeah.
It's difficult to fit it all in.
It is. I mean, I did all I could this year, for sure.
But
What's next?
yeah, man.
What's next for how are you training for Race for the Rail, Kyle?
Yeah,
Have you been training hard? Like, are you?
Yeah, what does that mean, training for Race for the Rail?
Yeah, I think I haven't been training as hard as like I did last year. Last year I was hitting a trail pretty much every day, like 15 miles or so. But I've been pretty busy this year, just working and grinding, trying to get all the stars aligned for my life and everything. So I've just been doing commuter trails here and there and just ripping as hard as I can, really focusing on my mindset during those times, because if I can't get out and ride all the time, at least be thinking about riding and like thinking about how the board reacts and everything. So when I do find the times to go hit a trail, like this morning I rode to the shop and I just was like ripping the trail with all my gear on and just like really focusing on board control and like taking turns, just really not just going and riding, but really focusing on my feet, my board control, everything that has to do with riding the one wheel, and just trying to be aware of it and really think of those things, because a lot of that stuff happens unexpectedly, and if you're aware of it and it happens, then it's not going to be such a shock, and it won't throw you off your board. You'll be used to that feeling, and you'll know that it's coming almost, and you can like prepare for it. So I think that's my biggest asset to training, is like my mental game and just really focusing on my awareness for riding.
Are you riding on a stock board? Do you deliberately spend more time on a stock board?
That's a good question. So I have a bunch of wheels, and I have a setup that I'm going to be racing on, but I do have a complete stock board that I have been pretty much riding, a stock GT. It does have a slick tire on it though, so I've been riding that on the trails and have determined that that's not the tire that I need to ride on. So yeah, but I do believe that most boards are it's about the board control. So as long as I can get out and ride, that's what's up. But definitely been riding stock. I always try to ride stock as much as I can. I just like the flat rails a little more, unless I'm doing something really specific, like I love bent rails with fins on. Like it just makes things way better. but I can't race with those on. So, you know, I got to pick and choose, you know, balance my life out in that sense. And so whenever I'm like commuting, like I commute to work a lot, and that's when I'm throwing down on the flat rails with like flat pads, or I've been trying to use stock pads a little bit more just to see if they're a bit better. I've been messing with the flat pad a lot, but it kind of kicks up a little too high.
It's a little
So it
kicked up.
kind of seems like it throws me off my balance a little bit. So we'll see. We'll see. Still
Yeah,
figuring it out.
I ended up sticking with the just the concave.
Yeah.
I kind of got I was thinking the flats were gonna be the deal, and I just felt weird on them. I don't know, like they do just have a little more kick than I like. And
Yeah, it just seems like for the front pad, at least, it kicks up, especially when you're hitting those top speeds. It's pushing up on the pushback. It sets you a little higher. So like on the back, it's pretty chill, but that front pad, I think it's gonna be the
big Captain Morgan.
yeah.
So Kyle, before we let you guys go, I know we appreciate you guys for coming on and spending this time
Oh
with
yeah,
us.
thanks for having us.
But
Yeah,
bef-
thank you.
But while I got you here, Kyle, you know, fastest rider in the land right now, the whole 9 yards. We're gonna have probably 300 plus racers at FloatLife Fest. A lot of them will be their first race. Like we were just talking with Brian from One Stop Board Shop last week, and he's like on the edge of doing his first race. I got a couple. I want you to throw some tips and hints out there. Number one, for our first time racer, how would you coach him if it was like Coach Kyle Hanson?
First time race, the biggest thing I can say is really just focus on having fun at that race, figuring out the race style, figuring out, you know, the coordination of everything, all the racers around you. Just have fun with that and figure out that zone. And then when you're actually racing, you're in the race, you know, and you're riding, really focus on all the riding that you have done before and just try and mimic that. You don't need to push it harder, because that's when you're going to, you know, take a nosedive and spill. And one wheel racing is all about really control and riding smooth and like knowing your board under your feet. So, you know, have fun with it and just take it controlled and smooth, just like when you're ripping with your homies on your trails back at home. That's how you want to race, especially for the first one.
That's gold. Now, what if you have been to a couple races and you're like, all right, this year at FloatLife Fest, I'm going to podium. What do you tell that person who's going from 25 back who wants to get on the podium?
Yeah, so if you're trying to step up that race game a little bit and you've done a couple races, 100% have fun. It's definitely going to help you out, you know, guaranteed. But when you're practicing for that race, you know, really focus on that race course and those moments that you can really gun it. And then the moments that you need the control and you need the technical support of your feet and your knees and all that. But really, really focus on those points that you can really push into the nose, get your speed, and then always, you know, find those spots that you need to slow down, speed check, take that technical line, and then punch it again. So really kind of map out the course, at least the points that are going to cause you trouble and the points that are going to help you. So that's probably the best tip that I have for that.
I would also say, I know I'm not the racer here. I've never played it. I'm just sneaking in here. But like if you can find Kyle Hanson and follow him, that's huge. Like following racers that are faster than you, or following 100%. Anyone that's faster than you, seeing, you know, almost like letting them guide you down the trail. Like you're kind of seeing what movements they do, how they take things with speed, where they get speed. That goes a long way. That's been one of the biggest things to push me to get faster, is when I'm riding with someone that's faster than I am, and I'm like, oh, okay, that's one of the things they're doing. It's like, oh, that's one of the things they're doing. It's like kind of just like leading by example type thing. Really helps me out quite a bit.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, if anyone out there ever sees me at an event and we're practicing, you know, just be like, hey, let me try and follow you. And I will be like, let's go, keep up, let's do it.
And I'll be like, good luck.
Yeah, that's usually what I tell those guys.
That's exactly what Kyle told me when I was behind him at Race for the Rail. He's like, "Catch me!" And I'm like, "I'm trying."
That's what I was gonna say. I've seen so many like video clips and times where Kyle, you're like one of the most encouraging racers to everyone around you while you're
Sure.
on the course, which is
Yeah, absolutely.
amazing, you know, because you don't see that a lot like in many other sports where somebody's just like, come on, man, beat me, let's go. Like,
Yeah,
and you do, you're always having fun with it. It's like,
yeah, I never know if the other riders get really annoyed with that, like heckling on the course, but I'm really not like heckling them. I'm really trying to get them to
No.
like
no,
get
I don't think I've
focused and
ever
like
heard.
get on their game, because like I think that is what's fun, you know. If you really are
Mhm.
on your game and you're passing me up, like that means like I gotta step my game up and challenge myself there to like really start pushing it, because that's fun to me. So I'm all about encouraging other people. I really
Yeah.
try and help, you know, other riders too. If like I see they're a bit anxious before, I try and like just talk with them, see what's up, and you know, try and calm their energy and try and turn that anxiety into more fun and like send it energy, because that's really what that's what I do. I mean, I get nervous up there too, but I'm like channeling that energy into more fun and more like sendy mentality, so that it's not so like, holy crap, I have all these things going on in my head. It's just like, I'm flowing down these dirt tracks, baby. Let's go.
I'm gonna send that to my kids as soon as we get off the horn here.
Yeah.
I mean, that's such gold advice right there, dude. I mean, it's just like Justyn with his trophies, man. Just go with it. Like you guys
Just
just
go
just
with it.
go
Yep.
with it, dude.
That is life. If I've learned anything, you just gotta go with it.
Yeah, no, for sure. Well, I don't know. We need a name for our trail. We still don't have one.
No, we got to come up with that.
My
100%.
oldest son said we should go with Rainbow Python. I don't know where he got Rainbow Python, but that's
pretty cool. I can't deny how cool that is.
I kind of like
Sounds intense.
I did say it's kind of a snake trail. I've been thinking like,
Okay.
Because
All right, hear me out. Dunderthome.
Dunder.
I kind of love Dunderthome. That's actually really cool.
Yeah, I would have to see the trail. I don't know if I can just name a trail blind.
When we get
Definitely
it
have to
worked up
ride
a
it.
little bit, well, maybe we'll put a video up so people can see the whole thing.
That would help. That would help
we'll
a
be
lot.
working on it a lot in August, getting these big wood features done, and then
Sweet.
we'll be posting the as the progression goes.
Cool.
Well, sign us off here, Justyn.
All right, hey fellas, everyone, this was a great night. We really appreciate Mr. Kyle Hanson, El Gato himself,
Woo!
last year's Race for the Rail winner. You know, the guy to watch out for on the course, but he's just going to pat you on the back and tell you you're doing a great job while you're out there. The pride of Mansfield, Ohio, Mr. Orie Rush.
Yes,
always
sir.
a pleasure to see you, my friend. And stoked to have you guys. Can't wait to see Flight Fins at FloatLife Fest. We're hoping we see wheel fun stuff there as well. And either way, we love both you guys tons and can't wait to see you at the next one.
Woo. It's gonna
Thank
be a
you
good
so
time.
much, guys.
FloatLife Fest 6, let's go.
It's gonna be a good one. We can't wait.